Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another great edition of Topic Time with Harrison Young. It is really feeling like summer out there, finally. A little warm, I like it, you know. And as usual, we're heating things up in here tonight with an awesome guest. This young lady is an actress, beautiful blonde bombshell, as you can see here. But before we get to her, I've got to read the underwriters, and then we will start the show officially. We got Above All Fitness in Brockton, and they're a new one a couple of times already. We got Smoke and Ashes Tobacco Company and also Abington News in Abington. We got Clothes Clinic, Dry Cleaning and Alterations in Whitman, where Top Time fans get 10% off. We got Big Lee's Automotive in Abington. Oh yeah, Smoke and Ashes Tobacco Company in Abington also has stores in Abington, Weymouth, Hanson, Whitman, Pembroke, and Hanover. And as I was saying, Big Lee's Automotive in Abington, Chapin Sheds in Whitman, T. Martini and Son Floor Covering in Abington. And I want to thank you guys very much. And now we will start the show officially. Here we go. Okay, again, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Topic Time with Harrison Young. It's warm out. I hope you had a great 4th of July. I wish all my fans in Carver the same thing when we did the show last night. Tonight, we have like I said, a beautiful model. This is Danielle Francine. Okay, that's what you go by on Facebook? Do you have a third name, or is that it?
Oh, my last name's Diaz, but I for acting, I go Danielle Francine.
Danielle Francine. That is your official actress footprint in the Grauman's Chinese cement name, right?
Yes,
as
sir.
it will appear someday. Okay, great. Okay, now you've been in a bunch of films, and like I do with all my guests, we're going to profile you, go back to your childhood, find out what you were like. You've been in some films with some guests I've had on with Sal Del Greco, Joe McGee.
Yep.
You're from the lovely state of Connecticut, in Meriden, Connecticut.
Yes.
And as I said, in a little while, I'm going to tell a story about Meriden, but we want to focus on you first. A little something that happened to me with me there years ago. So let's talk about what you were like growing up. Where did you grow up? How did it get lead into your acting career? And if I have any questions, I'll interject. Go ahead.
Sure. Well, I was born in Meriden, and
Okay.
I moved around a lot. I was from around the shoreline, Guilford.
Guilford, Connecticut.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Okay.
North Branford, kind of bounced around a
So
lot.
pretty much you were Connecticut, Cubine. What do they call that? What's that word I'm looking for? Something like that. You were a Connecticut commuter all your life.
Yeah,
Okay.
pretty much.
Okay, got it.
And I don't know, ever since I was little, I've just always been drawn to movies and acting, and as I got older, and I really came to understand like the inner workings of it and the behind the scenes.
Okay, well, let me ask you this. Well, how old
Yeah.
were you when you got your first role, and what was it? I mean, was it theater, was it film?
The first thing I did officially, I mean, I did a couple of things in high school here and there.
Okay.
But the first thing I did was about 2 years ago,
Okay.
and that was out of the Actors Gym in Hamden, where I take my classes.
Good old Reno Venturi?
Yes, sir.
Oh, great guest on the show.
Oh, he's amazing.
Doesn't he look like Gallagher? He said he never got that when I asked him, but I think he looks just like Gallagher. But go on, that must have been great.
Oh yeah, no. My first role was Lois in the play Cahoots,
Okay.
and it was
Anything like Lois Lane and Superman?
no, not quite.
Okay, well, Lois
But
is still good.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was a
Well,
great.
talk about that role. What kind of a woman was Lois in Cahoots?
She was a bit snobby, really.
Okay. I can see you pulling that off. You don't seem snobby to me, but I can see you in acting. I can see you in a role. You could definitely pull that off. Pull that off, the snobby type.
I had a lot of funny little lines in it, and that was like my favorite part. It was
Cool.
it was like we end up murdering my husband, and then we have to dispose of the body.
Okay.
And
Who's we? You and a lover?
me, my best friend,
Okay.
her husband.
Okay.
And then a young detective stumbles into the mix along the way.
Cool.
And it was such a fun play, and
Okay.
I enjoyed it.
This was high school or after?
Nope, this was 2 years ago.
Oh, 2 years ago,
Yep.
right, okay.
And then from there, that's when I
Where did you perform this play?
At the Actors Gym in here.
Oh, that's right, at the gym. So
Yep.
when you perform it at the gym,
Mm-hmm.
do you have like outsiders come in and pay to watch the play, or is it okay? So
Yep.
it's basically it's an actual theater.
Yeah.
Where the public is invited to come in and
Absolutely.
participate. Okay.
Yep.
Great.
Yeah, no, it's great.
Great. Of course. Okay. Okay. So you had a blast with that, and that got you going. Mm-hmm. Great. Okay. So what have you done since then?
My first film experience was with Sal Del Greco in the Sparrow Falling.
Okay.
I played
We've
Lorna.
got a highlight of that in the show I interviewed him on.
Yep,
Right.
yep. I played Lorna of Ohm's Reach.
Okay.
And from there, I believe it was Letters for Annie with
Yep.
Joe McGee.
Joe McGee.
And that was so much fun. That was World War II,
I know.
so everything
Joe
was...
was a guest. He was one of my first guests here in Easton last year.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
I loved the setup of my scene, the
Yep.
cars, the wardrobe. It was so much fun.
Yep. World War II.
Yeah.
You know, I was looking. As I'm sitting here looking at you now, I remember early this morning. You ever see the TV show Younger with Hilary Duff? It's kind of a steamy story. You know, Hilary Duff. She played Lizzie McGuire.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but her role has been so reprised since then. The new one she's got. It's a steamy sitcom about a woman who runs a publishing company. I believe in New York, Chicago, something like that. And they talk pretty, and the language is pretty raunchy.
Yeah.
So I was watching that this morning. And as I'm looking at you now, I can see you being one of the colleagues in that show. You would be great on that show.
Oh, thank you.
I think you'd be great. You'd be a wonderful participant. I mean, if I produced the show, I would invite you on.
Oh, thank you so much.
At least I give you an audition at the very least.
I'd appreciate it.
Okay. All right. So you got in with Joe McGee and you did
Yep.
Letters for Annie. And how long ago was this? This must have been a couple, like 2018?
That was last year.
It was 2018,
Yep.
right.
Yep.
Okay.
Last year was Letters for Annie. And I also did, I've worked on Still Got the Juice. Tony Fernandez, she's from Brockton, Massachusetts.
My city.
Yep.
So you did this in Brockton?
Yes. Some of it was in Brockton, some was in Connecticut.
What film was this?
It's called Still Got the Juice.
Okay.
You probably there's a lot of buzz on Facebook and Instagram.
We did a major film there last year about the city of Detroit and on the riots of 1967. That's not what it was.
No. They're in the Hip Hop Film Festival and they're finalists. So
Okay.
they're doing a lot of work, and I know she's moving the show to New York City soon.
Wow.
So yeah, big.
Well, what did you do in Brockton? And just tell me about that and where you shot it and what you played there.
I can't remember.
Well,
We did a couple
whatever you can
locations in
remember.
Brockton, but
Right.
I play Caitlin Bishops.
Okay.
And I'm an undercover detective.
Cool.
And it's an intense role, and it's really
of course
fun.
it is.
It's one of my favorites.
Yeah, I can tell you're made for those kind of roles.
Oh, thank
Cool.
you.
Okay, now when did you do this? How long ago?
I started
ballparking?
working. Yeah, no, I started working on it April of last year.
Okay.
And we're still like shooting episodes and stuff. So.
Okay, still in Brockton?
I don't know if she's still doing it in Brockton right now
Well, you're
with
not,
the part
obviously.
she's working on.
Right.
But I know that she's moving it to New York City
Now,
very
who's the
soon.
producer you're talking about?
Tony Fernandez.
Oh, Tony Fernandez, sure.
Yep.
Yeah, we might get her on the show eventually. That's
Yeah.
why she mentioned, she said, have a good time tonight. Well, hopefully you
Yep.
are, and we get a lot of stuff done. Okay, I didn't realize that. Okay, so you traveled a pretty good distance to do that role too, obviously.
Yeah, yep.
Okay, all right. Well, now, just going back to your childhood again,
Yeah.
did you do anything else in entertainment? Did you play any music? Did you dance? Did you sing?
I did sing.
Talk about that.
I did sing, and
Feel free to sing out if you feel the urge as
see,
well.
I find that acting is so much easier
Okay.
than singing. I
Right.
don't know why I get like really bad
Well,
stage
no,
fright.
it's not that. It's just it feels right for you. You do it.
Right. No, I loved it. It was
Yep.
something when I was younger, I was more afraid to pursue the acting than I was the singing.
Okay.
And now it's like vice
Well, it
versa.
just goes to show you that your mind is a strong tool. I mean, you
Really?
can work in, you can have your apprehensions that can change in an instant for whatever reason. And I always say everything happens for a reason. But talk about the kind of singing you did. Was it like, were you in a band, chorus?
Just female vocal soloists. I did a lot.
Oh, you did?
I did a couple of
Sound like you have a very
competitions.
nice voice.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. I was taking voice lessons about a year or two ago.
Okay. We're down in Connecticut?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. And before that, it was just like high school stuff, and through my church, they'd have
Okay.
like competitions.
Were you in a
and
choir
stuff.
in church?
I did do some choir work.
Okay.
And in high school, I did some choir work. And I moved around so much, it was really hard to like get my teeth into working on stuff and sticking with it. So.
When you say you moved, you're talking about moving from one
Yeah,
town of
yeah.
Connecticut to another.
Why
did your family move around you so much in Connecticut? Was it jobs and stuff?
I don't know.
Just finding the ideal spot. I mean, it's interesting. You started in Meriden and you moved it to, you shot back and forth like
Meriden,
a ping pong ball a bunch
Guilford,
of times.
North Branford,
And now you're
back to
in
Meriden, and yeah. No, well, I'm in Cheshire now.
Cheshire?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a great town, but it does have a black mark on it.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It does.
It really does. But, I mean, what are you going to do? If the legal system can't keep scumbags like that, in jail, then that can happen anywhere.
I know.
You didn't know those people, did you?
I didn't. I think I had just moved to town when that happened.
Yeah,
right around the
2007.
time that happened. Yes,
Wow.
that's about the time. Yeah, it was just.
It's rough, I know.
It was horrible.
Yeah, I'm real sorry. I didn't realize. But it's a nice town otherwise, though. It's a very nice town.
It is. I'm there mostly because my daughter, she's on the autism spectrum, and the school system is phenomenal.
Does she have autism?
She is, well, I believe it's been, like the whole spectrum's been revised.
The reason I'm asking is because I have autism.
Oh, really?
And that's why, and then the fact that I'm doing the show is I use it to empower me, not to defeat me.
I never would have known.
Well, that's right.
That's awesome.
Where do you see me when I've done the show tonight? I'm a total 180. I'd be embarrassed for you to see what I'm like when I'm not doing the show.
Oh, no.
But nevertheless, I'm just saying that if your daughter has autism, that there's no mountain she can't climb.
Right. Well, she's PDD-NOS, which is basically, I don't know, it kind of barely made it onto the spectrum, I guess, from what I understand about it.
She may have Asperger's. That's sort of like on the spectrum, and that's what I have.
Right. And she's come so far. You would never really know. She's 10.
She's 10. Now, does she do acting at all or anything like that?
She's not interested in it yet, but she's got a beautiful voice.
Really?
She could. I wish she's more.
Well, I mean, we say voice, you mean singing, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Does she sing at school or anywhere?
No, she's not really interested in it right now. But if the interest develops, she's starting to kind of want to do social activities like that. So I think in the future,
when you're younger, you do have to work through it.
Yeah, almost definitely.
Right. It sounds like you have to be patient with the kid, and and I know that. My hunch is that eventually she'll find her true calling, and
absolutely,
make you darn proud of her.
She's
so
so smart.
Happy.
It's crazy.
Right. Well, I can remember dates. Like if you told me your date of birth, I could tell you what day of the week you were born and what I was doing.
Yeah, she has the memory recall on her is insane.
Right.
She just if she sees it once or twice, she's got it.
Exactly.
It's crazy. Blows my mind.
And then when she gets older, what'll probably happen is she'll be able to piece stuff together, events in her life,
right?
And she'll have an even broader remembrance of it than she does now.
Yeah.
But she'll have to work on it like I do. I mean, that's something I've never wanted to lose, so I've been working on it since I was a kid.
Of course,
right.
Yeah.
So that's how that works.
Yeah.
Like 50 years ago today, a kid made me cry at camp on this date in 1969.
Oh no! Last night someone made my daughter cry at camp.
Oh no!
She's super sensitive though.
Well, but I hope it wasn't physical abuse.
No, it was a lady.
It was with me.
Oh.
Well,
no.
I mean, I survived it. I'm still here.
Yeah.
That's what camp is for boys.
Yeah,
you go to camp, you make a kid cry, a kid makes you cry at some point. I know that's why I hated camp and I stopped going after a while. But
yeah. No, kids are brutal.
They can be. Yes.
They are.
They can, but you know what? I mean, at least. I mean, these things, this too shall pass, as they say.
Of course.
Okay. All right. What are you working on now?
Right now, I had a role as a school nurse on the Dangerfields class of '64.
Okay.
Reno Venturi directed that.
Okay.
And what do I have coming up? I just accepted a role as JFK Jr.'s wife.
Wow. Are you going to get killed in a plane crash?
I don't know.
You know the 20th anniversary that's coming up on July 17th?
I know, yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
So I start that this Saturday.
Okay.
And I'm trying to think what else.
Where are you doing that?
That's it. I know Saturdays starts in Hartford.
Oh, Hartford, okay.
Yep.
I was in a music video down there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Coldplay video, 2008. I've done some stuff.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, I played a boxing trainer. The guy got his clock cleaned that I was training. It's the song "Lost" that they do, And it was a
nice.
competition. It was on YouTube for the longest time. I don't think it is anymore.
Yeah.
But we did most of my scenes in Hartford and in Glastonbury.
That's awesome.
And I'm sure you know Glastonbury.
Yep,
Of course,
yep.
great little town.
Yep.
Okay, so you'll be playing a school nurse.
Yep, and I know that another thing I filmed will be
All right.
coming out.
Guess what we're going to do?
Okay.
We're going to take a little break, and we're going to look at your footage from Joe McGee's,
Letters for Annie.
Letters for Annie.
Yep.
Then we'll be back. So hold on, folks, and keep watching.
That son of a bitch! Natalie, are you okay?
I think so. I just hit my head on the dashboard.
I'll be right back.
It's okay. I'm a lawyer.
Son of a bitch! Keep your friggin' car!
That was great. Good job.
Thank you.
Wow. Well, talk about that role you had there.
Which one?
The one in Letters for Annie. We just
Oh
watched
yeah,
it.
I played Natalie. I
Okay.
played Natalie Lombardo.
Okay.
And I was the wife of Tony.
Okay.
And I'm pregnant, and he's picking me up, and we get into a car accident, and I hit my head on the dashboard.
Oh, yeah,
and
I
have
think-
a bloody
okay.
nose. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was so much fun to get ready for it, and
Well, how did they make that happen? I mean, they didn't really bang your head on a dashboard.
No, we had
It
to
was
like,
straight blood,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Oh,
no.
good, okay. And I hope
Phil,
it washed right off.
no, Phil Skippy Adams, he took good care of me.
Skippy, I know
Yep,
him.
yep.
Yeah.
He did the special effects for that,
Cool.
and
Okay.
that was a lot of fun.
That's awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, all right. Well, that was a beautiful trailer.
Thank you.
And all those stories about World War II in the 40s. World War II was a tough encounter for all of us. But I've never seen a movie about the World War II that didn't have awesome romance going on in it. And
Right.
yours is the same thing as including yours, the one you just did. And Joe McGee's great at that, playing those kind of things in his films. Okay, now speaking of, I'm just wondering, have you ever done any writing? Have you done any script writing yourself? Any creative writing of any kind?
Not script writing. I was a very good writer throughout school.
Well, okay, what did you write? Essays?
There was a couple of English essays. I wrote one. We had to do a descriptive on something physical, and I
Okay.
wrote one on an anxiety attack.
Okay.
And I just
Based on
remember.
personal experience?
Yes.
Okay.
And I remember the teacher pulled mine out and read it and commented on what a great piece she thought it was.
Wow. Was this high school?
Yes, this was
Okay.
high school, and even I think
Well, let me ask you this. Were you writing about an anxiety attack you'd had in previous years?
because
I mean,
I
at home
suffer
or-
from anxiety,
Okay.
so I've had quite a bit of them.
Okay.
So I just kind of collective experiences and described one from beginning to end.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, it was.
You probably helped a lot of people with that. I mean, at least people, you know, because I've had them too, and they can be pretty freaky.
Yeah,
They are.
they are.
But you know what? I mean, who's to say that your essay wouldn't appear in a journal, in a psychiatric journal, which could help a therapist explain this to his patients. So if you're having this symptom and that symptom, don't worry. You're not having a heart attack. You're having an anxiety attack.
Right.
Because sometimes you can, you know, your mind can create physical pain.
Oh, I know.
You
It's
know,
crazy.
and it's freaky. They say I've heard my mother used to say, put a bag over your head. Oh. Yeah. I mean, you know, just because you hyperventilate.
Right.
Yeah, but what does she know? Mother knows best, and I think not. I'm only kidding. I'm just kidding about that. If you're watching, she's probably not. But anyway, all right. Well, so that's good. Now, here's what I'm thinking. Have you ever done any commercials, TV commercials, or
I
music videos?
did a couple of commercials, not like major ones,
Okay.
just for local things.
Yeah, but that's still on TV though.
I
Right?
don't. Yeah.
Okay. You remember what they were for?
One was for a restaurant. I never saw it. I ended up seeing it, but I don't know if it ever made it onto the air.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And then there was another one I filmed, but I didn't really make it into the edited footage.
Okay.
So, but it, you know, it was still a fun experience. And
Of course. Yeah, it's always a fun experience.
yeah.
But I'm wondering if you'd ever consider, like, you know, writing your own script for a film.
Oh, I wish. I can't tell you. Like, I have
You
so
probably don't have
many
much
different
time.
ideas.
Yeah.
It's just like getting them down and organized. It's the
Well, you know, I mean, you might want to try I try to give advice to my guests that'll behoove them and down the line. If you have time, you might want to think about taking a creative writing course.
that would probably be very, very
So,
beneficial.
you know, even one of the local state colleges
Yeah.
in your neighborhood or whatever. There's always something available. You just look it up online, and you'd be amazed at how creative some people in your class could be, and you could be
Right.
one of them. You have a lot of fun throwing ideas back and forth. Mm-hmm. I've done my share. I've written a couple of books myself.
Yeah.
So I know from what I speak. And that's what I did before I did the show. I wrote a book of short stories that took me the entire decade of the '90s to put together.
Oh wow.
Made a few $1,000s. Got on New Hampshire TV.
Nice.
The news up there. So if you push yourself, you never know how far you can go.
Absolutely, that's 100% correct.
Right, it is okay. Okay, so do you have an agent at all, or
I
represent
don't have
yourself?
an agent.
Okay.
No, I'm just
Okay. All right. Well, I assume that you're always looking for more stuff, and
Oh, of
it's always
course.
on Facebook. And you're not affiliated with Boston Casting at all?
No, I'm not. I'm trying. I still have to get headshots and
Okay.
get all that backstage and actors
You've
access.
never had a headshot taken?
I have not yet. no.
Really? Mm-hmm. Well, that's usually
I know,
putting the cart before the horse. Usually people do the headshots before they.
I know. It's always been like, well, because I'm a single mom and I've got 4
Okay.
kids, so it's like the
Wow.
financial.
Yeah, I didn't realize that.
It's hard to fund. So it's all I'll have my little rainy day fund, and then it gets diminished for other things.
okay.
But they're coming. They will be coming very soon, and I know that's I've been very fortunate with all the roles that I've stumbled upon.
Right. Okay.
Another.
Don't say stumbled upon. You were destined to have these roles.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, it's not stumble. It's land gracefully.
Thank you. Absolutely.
Okay. What about you ever thought of maybe doing what are your favorite kind of roles? Dramatic, comical? Have you had them both? It sounds to me like that role with the theater with Reno. That sounded kind of like that comical.
It was comical. I love doing comedy. I love it. I love anything that really poses a
Makes people
challenge
laugh.
that makes. Yeah, I love to make people laugh.
You just led me to my next question, which is what about the possibility of maybe trying stand up at an open mic night somewhere?
I would be open to that. I don't know, I guess that's where the writing would come in to
Yeah,
write
it
my
might.
own skit. I don't know. Maybe you never know.
You know, just get up, have a few, invite a few friends with you, throw some ideas back and forth,
Yeah.
and then visit a club. I'm sure there's open mic nights in your area.
Probably.
There's a
yeah,
club.
most
Have you ever
definitely.
been to, Danbury at all?
No, not really.
Oh, really? Okay, it's pretty far. It's probably much further down than where you live you're in Cheshire. Well, Danbury. There's a club there called Blue. You've heard of Danbury, right?
Yeah, of
You're right.
course, yeah,
It's
yep.
not too far from New York City. So they have. I did a show there once in 2013, and that place gets jam packed. So
my.
you might want to look into maybe Googling it. It's Blue spelled, I think it's B-L-U-U. So I get invited, I don't know, do you know David Gear? You know who he is?
I do. I actually, when he was in Meriden doing the Christmas movie.
Right, were you in it too?
I was one of the bad elves.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, well he was the one who invited me down to do the show.
Oh, nice.
Oh, it was great.
That's awesome.
So you should, I'm thinking you might want to talk to him again about seeing him, maybe he can get, I mean, it sounds to me like you could, he's really, his career has taken off like you wouldn't believe
I've
now.
seen, yeah.
Some of the people, he had Denise Richards on, and
Yeah.
he had Asno last couple of Christmases ago.
Yeah.
So you might want to, talk to him again about seeing if there's something you can do. I was in a film, I was in Vault last year.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
I just saw the whole premiere thing that just happened.
Did it? I haven't even seen it yet.
Yeah, I know that there was like
They had
a red carpet event
the
for it.
red carpet
Yeah.
event. They had that guy from the Bronx Tale, Chaz Palmero. He was there.
Mm-hmm.
He was in it. And friends of mine were in it too. I was there for one day. I fell asleep on the set. I had a little narcolepsy thing going on.
Oh no.
Yeah, I didn't really, but there were, they did a very good job, and he's always getting more stuff. And,
Oh, of course.
and he's in Rhode Island, and then you got that Tommy DiNucci down in Connecticut. You ever work with him?
No, I have not.
You know him?
No, I don't think so.
Actually, I'm sorry, I got it backwards. DiNucci's in Rhode Island, David's in Connecticut.
Oh, okay.
So you're in the same state as David.
Yeah.
So he might want to talk to him, tell him you were on my show, and that I recommended that you hound him a little bit for a role. You already did a role in this film.
Oh, it was just background.
Still,
But I was there.
You were in it.
I was there.
You worked your way. You're working your way to better things.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what about the possibility of maybe doing like? Do you have anything aside from the films you were in? You said you sang before. You never sang on YouTube or anything, did you?
I haven't, and I would love to do something like that. I don't have anybody because I don't play any instruments, so
Okay.
I'd need somebody
You have
on
friends
guitar.
that do? Why don't you sing
Not
something
really.
a cappella?
See, I don't know. I think I'd need the music for like
Never know until you try.
I know. It's something I would love to do it. I've thought about it. So it's just finding the right person to work with.
That's true.
And I think that could be very, very good if I.
Okay, guess what? We're down to the final 5 minutes of the show.
All right.
I'm going to tell you a quick story about Meriden, and then I'm going to have you give shouts out to people that are going to see it, because a lot of people are. So back long before I found my true calling, which is to host Topic Time, I had a job taking inventory out of Mansfield for a company called WIS, Washington Inventory Service. They were a national company. We went on road trips. Right at the beginning of 1980, we went down to New Jersey, did a few stores down there. We counted stores. And then we worked our way back up to Massachusetts through Connecticut. One of the stops was in Meriden. Now, as someone who sort of has Asperger's and autism, I don't know how he's fitting well with the circle of people that I have to be dealing with, and, especially on jobs I've had. So there was this one guy that started the job with me that I did not like. So here's the thing. We were in Meriden at the mall on Sunday, January 6, 1980 at Friendly's, and we were waiting at a kind of bookstore. And the place was jam-packed. I mean, there's no Blue Laws in Connecticut, at least not then. I mean, there were at least 1,000 people in the place. So we were all sitting at a booth, and the guy that I didn't like was sitting on the edge, and I didn't want to sit next to him. So I went and I grabbed the baby's high chair and I put it up in front of the booth. Now the boss's girlfriend at the time who was sitting there was so mortified. She got up and she said, "I'll see you all in the store." She didn't. After what I did, I really embarrassed her. So I says, "Okay, Cindy, I'm sorry. I'll sit next to him. I don't like him, but I didn't want to put you." I said, "That's it. I'm going to be fired." But guess what? She got fired and I didn't.
Oh no.
To make a short story long, but I thought you might find that
Oh,
funny.
that is funny.
Funny story. That might be something you might want to write into a script.
Yeah.
I can help you with that.
Oh, definitely.
But anyway, now we're down to the final 4 minutes of the show, so I want you to give shouts out to people that are going to see the show. So go ahead.
Okay.
Your kids, Skippy, maybe David Gear, he might see it. Definitely Sal, definitely Reno, definitely Joe. So go ahead.
Yes, hello, my darling 4 children, Adiana, JC, Sophia, and Owen.
Wow.
Hi, Reno. Hi, David Gear. Hi, Sal Del Greco, Joe McGee, Paul and Billy Lucas for the Lucas Boy Productions of Boys in Blood, Tony Fernandez, and all my actors, Jim family. I love you all.
Well, I hope you had a good time with me tonight.
Almost definitely. Thank you so much for having me on.
So you're welcome. So what does your summer look like now? We're just about halfway through the summer. What are you going to be? You have anything on the horizon?
Yes,
that you
well,
want to mention real quick
aside from the JFK Jr.,
Yep.
I have Reflections by Joe McGee. That's his next film. I'm
Yes,
going to
I
be in
know.
that.
I've seen the trailer, and I've seen
Yep.
he's been stunt training people too.
Yeah, he's very
Are you
busy.
doing any stunts in that?
I don't believe so.
Okay, that's good. At least you'll survive it.
Yeah,
But
well,
guaranteed.
yeah.
They probably all will too, but you'll come through scot-free.
Oh, hopefully.
Okay, so you're going to be doing that.
Yep.
Okay, so that's good. They were doing stuff up in New Hampshire. Are you going to be going up there for that, or are you going to be? He's going everywhere for his film.
I know he is. I have to double check my dates.
Okay.
I have all my dates, and I'm pretty sure the locations are on there too. So I got to double check.
Okay.
But I know they're coming up end of August, October, November.
That should be fun.
So
Okay.
yeah, I'm excited for that.
Okay, well, that's great. So keep me apprised of what you're doing.
Definitely.
And I also want you to tell people, if you had a good time in my show that you work with, that I haven't had on, that come on and be on my show. I'd love to have more guests. A lot of my guests come from word of mouth.
Yeah.
I think I've been trying to get you on for a few years, and it finally worked out last Friday when I finally touched base with you.
Yeah, that was awesome.
It sure was. Boy, I needed a great guest, and I found one.
Oh, thank you.
You nailed it, so high five and
High
all that. Well, folks, thanks for watching Top Your Time. More great episodes to follow. Take care. See you next time. There you go. All right, I wanted to see if you'd move a little bit.